Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. I know I haven't done a video for a while. I've had some pretty major changes in my situation at work, so I've been really busy with that. I haven't done a lot of trading lately, not as much as I had been, but I made a SPY trade today. I bought at Buck calls at 943, sold one contract at 1015 and one at 1033. So 943, you'll see I uh, entered just after this candle open. I was actually trading off a 3-minute chart. So this is a 3-minute here, but this one's easier to see. So I entered at 943, which was just after the open of this candle. It did pull back. It actually came back just about right to my stop. But I held on. I was pretty confident we'd go green today. If you look at the 5-minute chart, I did have the 5-minute up also. I was watching this level here. This is the 100 simple moving average. If it broke below this, then I was going to bail. My stop was 282, but with this 100 being right here, I wanted it to hold that level, and it did. So in hindsight, this wasn't the best entry. It would have been better to wait till it pulled back, but we don't know that's going to happen. But I stuck it out. I held on. I paid what I paid $1.39 each. Sold the first one at 10.15. The only real reason I sold at 10.15 was because it was 10% profit. I just wanted to lock something in, and then I sold the second one at 10.33. So at 10.15, I sold the first one, which would have been right at the open of this candle. I sold that one. Like I said, I was up 10%, and we were also getting right to this pivot point. So the pivot point wasn't the main reason, although it would have been a good reason. It wasn't the main reason. I was just locking in 10%, locking in some profit, and at that point my stop was going to be moved to break even on the rest of it. The rest of it I sold at I believe it was 1033. Yeah, 1033. I sold the other one. So that was right a little after this candle opened. It started pulling back. I didn't like, we got a smaller, this was yesterday's high. We had a smaller body candle here, spinning top here, and then this candle started pulling back even more. I could have held on because I thought we were going to continue going up, but I got almost 16% combined on the trade. If you look at it, I sold the last part at $1.69. The average of this is $1.61, so $1.39 to $1.61 worked out to like 15.8%. I'm not going to complain about 15.8%, and I'm not greedy. I'll take that. Be happy with it. $44 day, not a big day by any means, but you average $44 a day. That's $900 a month. I'll take that any day. This would have been another good place for an entry. It held the bottom of this cloud. We really don't know that till it happens, but it still would have been a pretty decent entry to ride. And I kind of thought about jumping back in here, but I just have a lot going on with work, so I took what I could get, and that was it for the day for me. I was done. Let's take a look at some other charts. On my other computer that I have my paper trade account up on, I have a new window that I set up. It's a six panel window, 3 charts across the top, 3 across the bottom, and I have Apple, Netflix, SPY, Nvidia, Roku and VXX here, and I try to watch those at all times. It seems to be helping now that I'm watching more charts at once, because if I'm just watching one symbol or one ticker and it starts to turn on me, and it starts to turn on me, I can look at the other chart, and if it's the only one turning, okay, then it doesn't mean so much. But if I see all 6 of those charts starting to change direction, then I know there's something bigger going on. Plus, I don't really have time to flip through charts because of my work schedule or my work responsibilities. So I can just glance over and see all 6 of those. Obviously, I'm not trading a VXX, but I can kind of see where things are going with it. But I can just glance over. I glanced over earlier. I saw Roku looked pretty good for calls, but I didn't play it only because I was happy with what I got today. And like I said, just too many other things going on. But let's take a look. Apple. I almost got an Apple today. It was one I kind of was looking around this level here. I thought about getting in, but you don't know what's going to happen. It's you look at this chart and say, yeah, you'd be foolish not to get in here, but you don't know that. What you see when you're looking at it is this. You don't know what it's going to do. There's no way to know where it's going from there. So, like I said, and with everything else going on, I was happy with what I made. I made a little bit yesterday. I traded, I think it was Baidu yesterday, or maybe it was Baba. I think it was Baba. Small profit yesterday, nothing big. So I was good with that. 2 green days in a row. I did have a few losers last week. That wasn't the reason I didn't make any videos. The reason I didn't make any videos was just because of I didn't trade much. I think I traded 2 days last week, and I just had too many distractions with work, and I just decided just to sit out and not do anything. So didn't really plan on doing anything today either, but I did jump in this one early, and what was I in for? 20 minutes? 50 minutes total. And you will notice when you started watching these videos, my videos, I was in and out of trades usually in 2 to 3 minutes. I'm trying to hold a little bit longer. I'm trying to kind of change my mindset. I had been going in my trades for looking for 5 to 10% profit with a really tight stop, and that had been working. But I was trying to make less trades. I was looking more for quality than quantity. I would make 2 to 3 trades a day before, and now I'm trying to get a little bit more profit. With that, I need to loosen up my stops a little bit. Don't really have big enough a track record to know whether or not it's really working out for me. Obviously today it did. Normally I would have stopped out at, my old trading system. I would have stopped out probably as soon as this candle came down here. I probably wouldn't have even let it get there. Probably when it got here I would have stopped out. Would have taken, I don't know, $30 loss, probably $40 loss. But I'm trying to be more patient and get a little bit bigger gains, but with that you need a little bit bigger stops. Another thing that I've learned is they call it riding the cloud. This is, we call this the cloud. I sold the one contract right here. One of the strategies is to ride the cloud. So you hold that last contract until it breaks below the cloud, which would have been right here. Obviously that would have been a great exit, but when you're trading such a small amount, let's say I was trading 6 contracts, and I sold 5 contracts here at 10%. That's great because I sold it right here. Let's just say this candle comes down and closes here. I can sell that last contract right here and still make money. But when you're only trading 2 contracts, I made 10% here. If this next candle comes down and I sell that other contract here, I'm probably going to be negative on the trade, at best break even, and that's just not really going to work. So I need to take the profits when I have them. Like I said, if I was trading more contracts, yeah, that would definitely be an option. If I was trading more contracts, I probably would have sold. If I was trading, let's say 5 contracts, I probably would have sold 3 of them right here. I probably would have sold another one right here when we got to yesterday's highs, and at that point, which I did, I sold 1 right here and I sold 1 right here. If I would have had more, I would have sold probably 3 here, 1 here, and I probably would have held that last one and rode the cloud. And what I probably, what you can do, let me show you just in case you don't know. You go in here to trade. I don't know. I can't do it without an actual, actually having anything. You can go in when you have, you know what? I can still do it. Let's say, let me click on this. Let's just pretend I'm already in a trade and I'm setting the sell order. I can come over to here and click on this little gear, and that brings this up. Now this window, let's pretend I already have a contract here and I'm looking to set a sell order. I can come up here and put market order, because if I'm going to stop out, it's almost going to have to be at market. I don't think you can even do it with limit order. Market order, you click down here, Apple, study, edit. You come up here, let's say we're going to use the 5-minute chart, or you could do 3-minute chart, whichever one you want. I'm going to delete this, add condition, study, and I'm going to come down to exponential moving average. I think it's under M for moving average exponential. Moving average exponential. My offset is going to be 1 because if you have that set to 0, as soon as the price drops below whatever you're putting in, it's going to sell. I don't want it to sell till the close of that candle. So this won't sell till the next candle after it's triggered. So moving average exponential is less than, actually I messed that up. Price close. Price close is less than study. You can go up here also, moving average exponential, just type in EXP, moving average exponential, and then whatever exponential moving average you want to use. I have the 6 and 16, so if I want it to be at the close of that cloud, I put 16 there. I don't know that I need to put this at 1. The price close, because if it closes, it's going to be the next candle anyway. So I don't think I need to put this at 1 for this one. And then I would hit save, and there it is. When the price close is less than the 16 exponential moving average on the 3-minute chart, this will trigger. And that would sell and exit my order when the price closed below this 16 exponential moving average, which would have been right here. Maybe right here. This is the close was 284.20. It may have triggered right here. No, it wouldn't have. It didn't close below it. But this one here it would have. So it would have sold on this candle. But that's why I like Thinkorswim so much. It's so customizable. Maybe you can do that in other platforms, I don't know, but I really like how much you can manipulate Thinkorswim to do what you want it to do. I could put a buy order in. Let's say I have a busy day at work. I could put a buy order in and set it to sell 1 when it reaches this pivot, 1 when it reaches yesterday's high. I can use an OCO order. 1 cancels the other. I could probably do it to where it would sell, say, 2 on the way up, and have another one where it sells 1 up here, or the rest of them when it closes below the moving average, or cancel and sell all if it drops 10%. You could probably do that. It would be pretty complex setup, but I'm sure you could do it. I try not to put orders in like that. I try to watch them, but like I said, if I was going to be busy, I knew I was leaving. I don't really want to do that if I haven't taken any profit yet, because if I buy right here and it comes up, and let's say the candle comes down and closes here, and I haven't sold any and taken any profit yet, it's going to stop me out. And maybe there's a moving average here, maybe there's a major support level here, but it closes just below this, then it's going to stop me out at that major moving average. Now I could set it for, or major support, whatever. I could set it to stop out when it hits a certain price. I don't like doing that because I don't know, I don't really know what the price action is doing if I'm not watching it. If I were already taking profit on some of my contracts, I care a little bit less about that, the remaining of it, as long as it doesn't go red on me. If I get stopped out here, and I've sold most of it down here, I get stopped out here, I'm happy with that. I don't care if there's a major support level here and I get stopped out, I'm okay with it. So it's just kind of, it's a good tool to use. If I was, let's say I bought these today, I bought 3, 4, 5, whatever, sold most of them, I had 1 left, and I had to leave. Maybe I had to leave for a meeting, maybe I had to leave for lunch, whatever I had to do. I could set that for that last contract to sell when it crossed below this, or when it dropped, or set a trailing stop, whichever you want to do. I don't like trailing stops. It seems like with options I'm always getting stopped out of trail stops as soon as I set them. Yeah, you can say I'm setting them too tight, but if I set it for if I set it for a 10% trail stop, I'm giving up almost all of my gains. If I set it for 5%, then I'm probably going to get stopped out. So I don't like trail stops. It's probably better for swing trades, but for quick scalps, trail stops just aren't very good, in my opinion. But a trail stop, I probably would have got stopped out right here. Where if you set it something like this, I'd be okay with setting it and walking away, and I could ride it higher and be okay with it. And in fact, I have done this in the past. I haven't done it too much lately, but that's part of the what I really like about Thinkorswim. It's just, like I said, you can do so much with it. Let's go back in here again and see some of the things you can do. Yeah, you can't set it. I don't believe you can set it for limit. Let's try it and see. 5 minute. We'll just set it for 5 minute. Delete. Add condition. Price close is less than. Study. EXP 16. See, I don't know what's going to happen because you're setting a limit order. You may not get triggered out. I don't know that I like that, because if you set a limit order for that to happen, and I don't know how it works exactly, but if it doesn't trigger your limit, it drops, it skips below your limit, it could pull all the way back to here and take all of your profits with it if you're not able to watch it. I don't, especially if I've already made profit in this, and especially with SPY, I'm not concerned about doing a market stop. Um, SPY is liquid enough. I'm not going to get screwed on a market sell when I'm this high above my entry point. I'm going to be okay with it. You might be able to get the limit to work. I don't know. I would have to do testing to see. I know basically I don't enter trades on a market order. I will exit trades on a market order. A market order pretty much guarantees I'm going to get out of it. I don't want to use a limit order and end up losing an extra 10 or 15% because I was trying to be greedy with the limit order. When I went out, I went out. But when I sold today, I did not use a market order on the first one. That's not the one I used today. It's puts. Here's the one I used today. I got in, what we say it was, 943. Got in at 943, which was just after this candle opened. Paid $1.39, so I got in right about here, right about this level. When I got out, my first bit was, I think, right around here for $1.53. Actually would have been, I already had my sell order set, so it would have been this candle when I got out. I already had my sell order in at $1.53, and it was a limit order. I just came over here and clicked $1.53, and when it hit it, it sold. The second one, I did use a market order to get out of that last one, just because I didn't want to chase it back down and lose another 10% on it or something. So, and I think it was trading it. I'm going to say the bid was probably $1.69 because that's what I got out at. I think the ask was $1.72. My exit was $1.69. I paid $1.39, so made $30 on that one contract, so no complaints there. We look at Apple. I don't have support and resistance levels set here. I do have the pivot set, but I didn't chart out support and resistance. Netflix fell off at the end of the day. Kind of, other than this dip here and this pullback here, I mean, it was not much trade. It was a lot of sideways trade. I mean, if you would have pulled caught the bottom here, you would have done okay on this run, but Netflix just looks like it would have been a tough one today. Nvidia calls, I thought about getting into those earlier. I think it was trading, I think it was right around here when I thought about getting in, but like I said, just busy with things, didn't want to have to. Actually, no, you know what, it was Roku, it wasn't Nvidia. Roku's the one I almost got in. And when I was thinking about getting in, it traveled sideways for a while. It probably would have worked out in the end because it did come up to here. But I think it was around here. I think it was around here when I was looking at getting in. It had pulled back. The only thing I didn't like about it was there was no real support levels here to play off of, which is why one of the reasons I didn't get in. But this would have worked out. If you would have entered here, you would have had some time decay along here, but it would have worked out in the end for you. Let's go back and take a look at SPY again. I put these in before the market opened. These solid red lines with the price labels over here are the ones that I put in before the market opens. Didn't really fall. I mean, we got up to here, but I think it was this pivot that did more than this price level here did. Yeah, and it didn't really honor these. This one here, it kind of did a little bit. Didn't really honor these support levels too much today. This was yesterday's close. You see pre-market, we came right down to yesterday's close and touched it, bounced right back up. So that's kind of it for today. Like I said, I'll try to keep doing these videos every day, but it is a little tough with my new responsibilities at work. I'm trying to trade less, maybe just one trade a day, and I'm trying to get a little bit more out of that trade. Yesterday's trade I didn't get much. I think I got like 7%. Yeah, I think I was up a little bit more than that at one point, but I got out. I think if I remember right, it kind of dropped right after I got out too. So I think it's the chart. It's the actually the chart that I traded off of yesterday. This is the options chart, so it's not. It's the options chart, so it's not the actual chart I was trading from. But let me try to. I don't remember what time I got in, but I'm thinking I got in around here and got out around here, and then it pulled back the rest of the day. So it wasn't a great trade, but it was still green. It was still money in my pocket. In the end, it worked out. But I think it was about here probably, because when I got in, it kind of it went sideways for a few minutes. Went sideways for a little bit, and then the price dropped. It started dropping, and I think I got out about here. So I got out at just the right time, but it wasn't much profit. But anyway, that's that's it for today. I said I'm trying to get back to doing these more often. Trying to hopefully get a few more trades in here and there than I have been. Like I said, I made one trade yesterday, one today. I think I made like 2 or 3 all last week. Just a lot going on right now. So it's just I have probably way more going on right now than one person should. So trading's kind of taking a backseat for the last week or two, and the next few weeks probably won't be it'll be a little bit better, but it's still going to be pretty hectic for me. I've taken on a new position at work. I bought a new truck. I'm trying to get my boat ready to get in the water. Just a lot of stuff going on. A lot of changes with my team at work. So I brought 2 new guys on and training them. Just a lot of stuff going on that's kind of keeping me away from my trading. So bear with me. Once things settle in, I'll try to get back to doing this every day, and hope it helps somebody. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow again. Bye.